one.
The best league in the world, Fantasy Update, with League Commissioner Eliot Schultz.
Welcome to the Week 4 Fantasy Update of the best league in the world. We're going to start off this show with a little recap from our last week, Week 3. The Tuckahoe Tadpoles and the Arizona Devils played each other in a close matchup in which the Arizona Devils lost by 4 points because Kevin White was not able to produce for Eric. Shocking, since he took him to the third round. A little early, if you ask me. Another close matchup in that week was between the Akron Sox Snatchers and the Milwaukee Minions. In a shocking upset, the Milwaukee Minions beat the Akron Sox Snatchers, me, by 10 points. Due to the fact that D'Angelo Williams and Ben Roethlisberger combined for roughly around 12 points. That's kind of shitty if you ask me. Another quick matchup recap, if you will, is the Wagga Wagga Warriors and Twin City Mall Cops. They played to each other in a not very close matchup, but the Wagga Wagga Warriors were close to taking over the Wow You Suck award as well as the Take It Easy award for themselves, respectively.
The news.
And for our news of the week, Evan has finished the logos for every team. Check them out on the main page. I will be posting in separate threads each team's individual logo. As well, to go with this, Evan has created a league logo, which I think is not bad. It's got double pickles. I repeat, double pickles.
The Power Rankings Blitz.
Welcome to the Power Rankings Blitz. Number 12 in our rankings, we have the Red Hot Culpeppers. Unfortunately for them, they're number 12, of course, and they have all the receivers and all the running backs to be great, and yet they are 0-3, and that is single-handedly because they're one of the most scored-upon teams in this league. Hopefully, this week or the next, things turn around, but if it doesn't, I'm sorry, losses are gathering, and maybe you'll get a number 1 pick next year.
11.
Number 11, the Milwaukee Minions. This past week, they had a huge upset over the number 1 ranked Akron Sox Snatchers. Yeah, that's me, unfortunately. And when I look at this team, I see a team that is unkept, not taken care of. Yes, they have some solid receivers in Odell Beckham and Dez Bryant, and solid running backs in Carlos Hyde, Doug Martin, but some of those people are hurt. Take care of your team, Mike, and maybe you'll make the playoffs.
10.
Number 10, the Ningbo Road Warriors. Dad, listen, the injury bug bites somewhat hard every year. You know that kind of fucking hard where you get like a big old fucking blister? You got it. I'm sorry, Dad. You have multiple running backs hurt, multiple receivers hurt. Your receivers that play aren't reliable enough. But luckily enough for you, Le'Veon Bell's back. Your pride and joy. Your first round pick is back. And I think you might make a push. In fact, I think I have another say on you later.
9.
Number 9, the Wildwood Willies. Spencer, you own 3 defenses, you have an open bench slot, and your team is old as fuck besides Jameis Winston, and your kicker, Aguayo. I understand you love FSU, but you need to make a change sooner or later because these old fucks, they crash and burn.
8.
Number 8, the Piscataway Platypi. Filkins. All right, your team is stacked at receiver. Running back, you're solid too. And quarterback, you're great as well. You got Andy Dalton, who's a solid replacement until Tom Brady comes back from his suspension. This is going to be a team on the rise because they have solid receivers, and you got Doug Baldwin on the bench. You got a defense in the Broncos, and your running backs are solid. Filkins, you're going to be on the rise if you take care of your team.
7.
Number 7, the Twin City Mall Cops. Brad, you had a rough week last week. You almost earned the Wow You Suck award But that was mainly because your team just did not produce. You have solid receivers, they just had off weeks. And this is why I put you on the up and up. Cam Newton, he's not going to have bad weeks like that every week. And that's why, especially against the 31st ranked quarterback defense, is going to increase this week. Your running backs is one issue. Improve that, and you might guarantee yourself a playoff spot.
6.
Number 6, the Brooklyn Desperados. Ethan, I'm going to mention this every week until you, I don't know, maybe get rid of a quarterback or maybe get that trade you wished for when you drafted 3 quarterbacks. Why? Some of your players haven't been playing up to potential. Your tight end, Coby Fleener, though, has finally played up to it. Your team has some solid running backs. Todd Gurley's going to start playing really well. C.J. Anderson's going to be a consistent player for the rest of the season as well. I say you're going to be solid enough to make the playoffs, but you got to add a couple people to ensure a championship.
5.
Number 5, the Tuck-Ho Tadpoles. Andrew, your team is stacked at receiver. You can interchange them week in and week out, which is important during the bye weeks. Your quarterback, Derek Carr, will put up some good numbers on a week-to-week basis just because he's got an arm, to be honest, and they pass a shit ton. The one problem is your running back. You have Jordan Howard now, which is a nice pickup, but that's going to be only for a few weeks. Jamal Charles is the big wild card here. Does he come back from an ACL injury with full force or not? I guess we'll find out.
4.
Number 4, the Arizona Devils. Eric, you're number 4 this week solely because your record. I'm still not confident in your team. You have people who are just not producing, not even your high picks. You took Kevin Wright in the 3rd or 4th round. He's averaging 5 points a game. Your quarterback is Joe Flacco. And you want to know why he's your quarterback? Because you drafted RG3 and Evan, who was it? Teddy Bridgewater? Oh, yeah, there it is. RG3 and Teddy Bridgewater were the quarterbacks you drafted. None of them are going to barely play this year. Your running backs were saved by Melvin Gordon, who ended up turning up this year. You played 2 tight ends a week. And if you end up doing really well this year, that's a slap to my face. And I guarantee you right here, I'm going to sing it right now. You can punch me square in the face.
3.
Number 3. Philadelphia DJ. Joanne, we should start the funeral now because honestly, I don't think you're going to make the playoffs. You're going to start racking up losses left and right because your bench is a mess. Your team is carried by 2 players, Aaron Rodgers and Antonio Brown. And until you fix that, you're not going to win because bye weeks are coming and they're coming fast.
2.
Number 2, the Akron Sock Snatchers. Yes, I'm still top 3. In fact, I'm number 2. I would be 3-0 if it wasn't for Big Ben and D'Angelo Williams getting shut down by the Eagles, which no one saw coming, but I guess we learned something about the Eagles. I'm one solid running back away from being a solid team. Big Ben's going to bounce back. My receiving core, they're pretty consistent. And tight end, Eifert's coming back.
1.
Number 1, the Wagga Wagga Warriors. This is a team that has the number 1 quarterback and a number 1 quarterback in Drew Brees that will continue to most likely be top 3 at the position. They have multiple receivers that can put up numbers. And at running back, things are filling out just because of sheer touches. And guess what about the number 1 team, the Wagga Wagga Warriors? Gronk is back. If he turns out to be anything like he usually is, you got yourselves a possible championship team.
1 question with the commish.
Our next segment is the 1 question with the commish. Every week, Evan is going to post a thread on the main page, which anyone from our league can post a question for me that will be answered in this show. But only one is chosen. Hopefully it is you. I guess we shall start it, Evan. Shall I lift this over?
Yes.
All right. This week's question is from Brad Delfeld. With all the injuries and suspensions, what player will have the biggest impact upon his return? P.S. How do I need to wait to make a quesadilla? I'm going to start off with this quesadilla question. Brad, when you have a quesadilla making, I don't know, usually I just jerk it. All right. With all the injuries and suspensions, what player will have the biggest impact upon his return? Honestly, the player that will have the biggest return is probably Le'Veon Bell.
Fantasy Picks with Andrew.
Welcome to our newest segment, Fantasy Picks with Andrew. There we go. Every single week, we are going to pick every matchup of this upcoming week. We will keep track of our record, and every week we will also have a matchup of the week. Week is the common word here, apparently. Our first matchup is the Piscataway Platypi versus the Akron Sock Snatchers. Who do you got, Andrew?
I'm going to have to go with you, my friend.
I'll take that. I, as well, have the Akron Sock Snatchers. Our next matchup is the Wildwood Willies versus the Wagga Wagga Warriors. Who do you have?
I got Wagga Wagga. We're going big last week, and I expect that to happen again this week.
Once again, I have the same as you. I have the Wagga Wagga Warriors as well. Our next matchup is the Milwaukee Minions versus the Red Hot Coal-Peppers. Who do you got?
For my upset of the week, I have Red Hot Coal-Peppers defeating Minions.
Okay.
For their first win of the season.
Okay. That is Andrew with the Red Hot Coal-Peppers for the upset. My pick? I'm not counting this one as my upset, but I'm taking the Red Hot Coal-Peppers. Next matchup. The Tuckahoe Tadpoles versus the Philadelphia DJ. Who do you got?
I'm going with myself. I'm going with Tuckahoe Tadpoles. Dewan doesn't have Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going to take advantage.
I like your confidence there. I'm also going with you. The Tuckahoe Tadpoles over the Philadelphia DJ. Book it! Say it! Book it! Say it!
Working it!
There you go. Our next matchup, Brooklyn versus Arizona. This, I'm gonna go my pick first. I'm gonna do my upset. Arizona beats Brooklyn. You?
I'm going with Brooklyn. Let's go, Ethan.
Okay. And our matchup of the week, the Ningbo Road Warriors versus the Twin City Mall Cops. Who do you have and why?
Well, I'm going to go with Ningbo this week based on the return of Le'Veon Bell. He's getting his number one running back. And Twin City just lost Jeremy Langford and still does not have Thomas Rawls, so that running back situation is pretty sketchy out there for Twin City. And also, Twin City has only scored 79 points in week 1 and 78 points last week.
Oof,
week 2, he had a big week with 138 points. So he's not very consistent, and I think Ningbo's going to pull it out this week.
I'm actually going to agree with you on this matchup of the week, and I'm choosing Ningbo. As you said, just the return of Le'Veon Bell is going to be massive. Take it from someone who owns D'Angelo Williams and seeing the numbers he can put up. You put someone who's younger and more athletic in that position, he's going to crank out the points. Le'Veon Bell, book him for, I say, 18 points or more this week. You say book it. Say book it.
We're booking it.
Booking it.
The rap.
Hey, Andrew. Nice fucking joke. All right, this will be the wrap of the best league in the world fantasy update. Tune in next week. Yes, next week you heard me. We are a weekly show. We have decided, Evan has decided, I have decided, Andrew have decided, the fans have decided we are a weekly show. So tune in next week for the best league in the world fantasy update. Thank you.
This has been the best league in the world.
Got that
fantasy
ESPN
update,
like,
sponsored
zoom out.
by the
Evan.
Mike Filkins.
I don't know if we got it right last
Brush
week.
away
Did we?
the negativity.
Evan.